Good morning, everyone. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware a risk in the future trading. We are sharing our signals for free, and this is just for educational purpose only. And please stay on the sim with us. Today we will be covering some of the swing automated trade, and we will share our signals with you. On that system here, as an example in ES, we have a signal, an entry at 2792 level, target 2795. This one here comes with the three different automated trade, ATM, full automated, and then ATM strategy. The blue charts here are connected to the market analyzer, and the market analyzer is based on 1 minute and one contract. As an example, right now, based on one contract, we have 245 ticks into the profit based on the last entry signal is not all day long. So right now we are 10 ticks on the ES and based on one contract, 12 ticks, and then you see the total amount. And once the targets hit, it shows telling you where is the target hit. Then you have the trailing stop one and the trailing stop two. They are based on floor and fibs, and those are not a dummy trailing stops. They are levels. The same principle you can use on forex and stocks. You have the buy entries target. As an example, right now we have 49, 47 pips into the profit. And you see the Euro Japanese already hit the target today. As an example, right now on the YM, if we look at the YM, it's right there. And now it's fixing to hit the target. And we are right in line. And now we are up to 350 ticks into the profit. A lot of buyers coming in. So this last entry signal is finished because of the news at 10 o'clock. And it is finished, and now we are looking for a new signal. Before we start looking at the automated trades, we would like um, to look at the market, especially on the ES, to see how this market today, what we are looking at in the market, and we will be looking at this one shortly, and then we look at the 3 minutes, and then decide how this market running. As an example here, those two yellow lines you see here, this is where you should not be trading anymore to the long side. This is where those critical area, and we should be looking at a reversals area right now because we already hit the target. We are above the target, and we are at the between the two yellow line. Those two yellow lines on the ES is becoming critical, and we should not be consider anymore long trade. So this is really important, and we just gonna hold a little bit, few seconds to see where we are going with the ES. Right now we are way above the target. We already done. The entry price was right there, 92 level. Target 95, it was a pretty small, nothing was moving earlier today. Those targets are not based on a basic ticks. Those targets, different ticks, number of ticks, depends on the market's movement. So as we see right now, we have a lot of buyers coming. Extremely strong market at the moment. So we'll wait till because the news just came out 4 minutes ago, and we will be waiting a little bit for this market to calm down and then start evaluate what's going on in the market. The Nasdaq, it seems like there is a lot of potential, but once we cross this yellow line, um, so it's become a dangerous area. And as you see on the Nasdaq, we have the 3898 level. There is a probability on this Nasdaq is going to be projected from those numbers because we are in the extreme area here, and in the extreme area where those yellow lines, we've been working with those yellow lines for many years, and they are extremely accurate. And then we can see around the 38 level, we're going to be facing double resistance. So if you are trading yourself and you are thinking about taking a long here, actually, there is no long there. There is a potential short at this area. And right now, as you see, we have the R7 reversal has fired up. Those are not a repaint reversal. So right now we are looking for a little drawn back to um, finding a level in those area. The same thing because of the news, the market is flying. So once this there is news, if you are on that trend, you are. If you are not, you cannot. You're no longer can jump in on the wagon. You gotta wait till this market calm down a bit and then evaluate how we gonna be taking those trades. So right now there is nothing we can do. We will be staying. We already hit the target, cashed in on the target. As you see, the YM is already uh, got exactly to the target, and now it fired three reversals actually on the YM, and now we are pulling back. We just watching the ES closely to see what the ES is going to do. But in the meantime, the ES, if you are an ES trader, we are between those two yellow lines. So cautiously, you should not be. If you're thinking about taking a long trade here, your probability or your risk is going to be 8 out of 10. So there is no longer valid to take a long trade where everybody right now jumping on the wagon to take a long trade, and there is no more long trade. We are way above because of the news. We are already above the target. We already closed positions with the ATM strategy, and now we're trying to see after this. Usually, when you are when the market moves fast on the news, it flies, and then is going back to uh, reconfirm every number before we can go forward. So right now we are sitting right there, and if you are not trading at the moment, I strongly advise you to cool off a little bit, even if you are to see how is this market going to react after this jump immediately within a few seconds from the ES from 27.9250 all the way to the high right there. So there is no way to the 800 level. So this is a very you always have to be careful when there is a news. If you are in the trend before the news is fine, but try not to jump on the wagon when there is a news. And when the market flies like this, trust me, you're not going to be missing anything because usually the market has to go back and reconfirm every number. So right now we are on 292 ticks into the profit based on one contract and 1 minute. Now, what I want to watch right now on the ES is the 9625. The 9625, it is the key at the moment to see if this one here gonna confirm the 9625. If it is, then it is a different story. However, if we are breaking the 9625, it is a really critical area right now in the ES because now if the 9625 not gonna hold, we are looking for a pullback re-entry long, gentlemen, at 27.94. So one of the things when you are trading, you should be a little bit more relaxed and don't get excited over it. And we'll see how things going. Normally, before you, I strongly advise you. I also strongly advise um, my traders. Excuse me, we have a little storm outside. It's causing my internet to slow down a bit. So you gotta be patient with me a little bit today. Let's look at the strong. This is an institutional chart. This is most likely where the institutional companies are looking at, the traders. So it is very important not what your next door neighbor trading as much as what those guys are looking at. So this is those are really important keys before you trade. If we notice here, we have a projection, and it is a lot of confirmation on those area here, and it was at 28.14. So we have a reversal at 28.14. Then on the pullback, we have a sell signal at 806.50. And look where was the exit. The exit was at 27.82.75, is right in line. And then you can see the chop market here, and got the chop. And when we got the news, we start heading to those trailing stops. The trailing stops on the 15 minutes, those are floating fibs there, so they are extremely important. And this is a confirmation that probably the projection is going to be at that number most likely. So this is where we're looking at the ES is going to be projected, and then we have a little bumper on the way down at the 80.50 level. So this is the bigger picture on the 15 minutes. And right now we are in an extreme critical area that is gonna exactly where we're looking at. This is the breaking point right there. Either is able to break it, or the market is gonna go back and retest a lower level. However, uh, as you see here, the 27.97.50, as you see, this market is flirting with that number. And the thing is, even if we have some potential buyers in this market, we're going to bump into extremely critical area, followed by projection at 803. So it is not really something to the long side we want to chew on. I mean, this is not a juicy steak to trade. That trade, there is not much in it. However, if we experience a pullback on that ES, then there is a good potential for enter the market based on a retracement, and that is going to give us a little more beef on that trade. So right now we are sitting, as you see here, what I showed you. This is the 1 minute. As we see, we are already above the target. When the market pulled back to the support line, has been confirmed as 96.25. So right now we need to sit on the side a little bit to see the reaction. This is right now nothing but noises, and this is the problem. Noises, sometimes traders fail to read, and it is a lot of noises at the moment. Why? As we see here, the Nasdaq as well is sitting on the same level right now from after the news. Okay. Then we have those two yellow lines, and we have extreme resistance line at the 39 level. And as you see here, we are start getting weakness on the ES and the Nasdaq and the YM. Is it tradable at the moment? No. Like what I showed you on the 15 minutes, folks. is not tradable. Right now, we need to go ahead and confirm some of those level. We got confirmation on the 96.25. And as you see right now, we are sitting and got caught between those channels, and that is not healthy. The best way to pull back um, and wait on a few minutes to see how this market is going to react before we make a decision. It is an extremely important. Not every time you turn on your Ninja, you need to start diving into live market if you don't know what you're doing. So my purpose right now is not about. Uh, we will be showing auto trades and we will be showing trades, but my main concern is those traders. They don't have enough years on their back. They fall into this trap, and they 1 minute they are saying, "Okay, I'm gonna go long," and then the second minute they say we are going short, and then before you know it, this guy is a flipping coin between left and right, between long and short. So if you ask me what to do in those position here, we can say we need to sit on the side. It is a very hard time in 2019. We have to be extremely careful how to jump in, when to jump in the market. Even for those gentlemen, they think they have an auto trade. They say they are not touchable. Trust me or not, you're the first one gonna be touched because if you don't read it, what's going on, if you were on the auto trade when the market was the news, you hit your jackpot. And I'll take a couple example. You hit the jackpot, but if you were on, you came in and you decide to trade after the news. I mean, look this one here, right at the news. Let me show you. If you see the we started here around 10 o'clock. This where was the news, and it took one trade. Voila, fini. So this is within less than a minute. The Nasdaq hit, and actually there is one more trade here, and it took another trade. Oh, okay, there is much more. There is, because we started around a little bit before 9. It was a break even, small trade, and when the market moved, this is a really beautiful, folks. If you notice here between, and I don't have, there is a filter news. I don't have the filter news on it. The filter news that you can tell the auto trade to stop trading before the news, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But I don't have it on because this is a swing trading. I don't need to. I need to catch the trend. I don't need the news filter. But this, look at this beauty right before the news. The auto trade did not take anything. It was very flat. And then when the news came out, bang, we are done. And this is amazing. So, so uh, this is what I love to see on any kind of auto trade. And if we look at different animal like the DAX, you can see that DAX took that trade around little bit before 9 o'clock, and it came, and we are already in that trade. And when the news came out, it just make it a jump to 3,000. And so, if you were in the news, what I'm trying to say, folks, if you have a trade in the news and you nailed it, this is very nice. But if you missed the boat on it and you the news came out, you should not be trading the market when the market is fast. Then you're gonna be making mistakes, slippage, and probably when the market is extremely fast, what you're reading, it is a bit late. with all the respect, you have a life that, but by the time you're observing what's going on and read the number, the market usually is on a different planet. And of course, the lagging on any platform, that is gonna the news is gonna be very late on that. So right now, what we are doing, um, my main concern today, and this is where I'm gonna be staying probably this whole month. Uh, we can always watch auto trades. We can always call a trade, but what I find out for the last 10 years being in the public, that traders are dismissing, uh, looking at this market before they make a decision for today. If you don't do this 5 minutes, everything on this system here, you don't need to do any drawing, you don't need to do any preparation, you just turn on, turn off, even your auto trades. So it is a very friendly use, but also it is very important to uh, open a chart, 15 minutes a chart before you start saying, I want to put money on the table. And the 15 minutes a chart is going to give you the bigger picture, what's going on. Trust me, folks, those institutional, those the ones they make your life miserable. They're not using Renko bar. Trust me on that. And some of them they never heard of it. Trust me. So as you see right now, this is your 15 minutes, and then I want to keep doing this every morning before we start, and I wanted to evaluate what's going on the ES. Why the ES? Because the ES is representing the 500 companies. So the ES, it is the best signal in the house, the best signal for the market to let you know how is the situation today. It's like when you're trying to go out of the house every morning, you look at the window. If it's snowing, you're not gonna wear a bathing suit. You're gonna wear, winter clothes. And if it's raining, you're gonna wear a raining clothes. So the same story here, folks. It takes 5 minutes. Try to learn whether you are one of our members or whatever system you have. They must have something in there for you to look at and say, I need to evaluate what's going on here before I put my money on the table. A future trading is not an easy trading, or forex is not an easy trading, or stocks is not an easy trading. But we need to do our homework before we start using or turn on that auto trade, or taking any trade and put our money on the table. Nevertheless, I mean, on our trades right now, we have some trades. They are on the ES, YM, ESCL, also CL. I can see it is it is dropping. Uh, but I mean, I only can cover so many in one screen sharing with on the YouTube. So it is very hard to cover all the instruments in one time. I apologize. But if we look at the 3 minutes in conjunction with the 15 minutes, as you see, we still flirting with that area here. And there is not much to chew on. Is around 80250. This is where the deadline is going to be. Then, if we are looking at the 3 minutes, so we can magnify to our standard, to our account, because 95% of the traders, they do not have enough money to trade the 15 minutes. But at least we can look at it, and then we can go on the 3 minutes, and then we can magnify to the 1 minute if we want to. But my main concern, I want to know, how is this market playing? In 2019, for some reason, this market is moving, then it's stopping. It's not like all day long moving. This is a really problem for a trader. It's not recognizing that there is a lot of volatility in those days until something gonna happen, like what happened in 2018. You know, I don't want to. So if we look at the 3 minutes here, after we hit the target on the 3 minutes, we got the 2799.50 and has already hit one time, two times, three times, four times. That telling me whether I'm trading automated trading or I'm taking manual trading, maybe I need to cool it off a little bit to see where we're going with it. Now, before on the YouTube, we have showed you how to reverse the market. I cannot cover both of them, but I'll promise you, I'll make probably this week a session. Thank you. Somebody is already done for today. That's nice. Thank you, sir. Um, I will try to highlight how to do the reversals. We are not covering the reversal on the YouTube. We have done it before. I have showed it how to do it, and I will show it one more time. I don't want to confuse the traders between reversal, pullback, re-entry. I don't want to confuse that. So when we want to do the reversal, it has to be only reversal day. And I will show you how to reverse the market. Even if a guy don't have our system, I'll try at least show you tricks how you can do reversals. Um, the money is actually in the reversal, but if you don't know what you're doing, the reversal will bite. So it's a very unforgiving trade with a reversal if you don't know what you're doing. So right now we are sitting here like a cat in a mouth, trying to see what is the next level on the ES and trying to see if this ES is going to try to touch this 802. So this is probably it will be the final destination on the ES to the long side. And it is the same story actually on the 15 minutes. So right now, for the long trade, it's not going to be a happy trading for a very long time because you need to start considering close that trade before you hit the 802. So what we have the 3 minutes and the 15 minutes is telling us the same story as you see right now on the ES 3 minutes. It is start losing momentum. So for me personally, yes, it is a short trade. It is a very good entry for the conservative trader. You can probably wait until this, if there is any play in the market, you want to take it from the top. You cannot handle a big stop loss, so it will be 802. But this here telling us that this market start losing momentum. So right now, as you see, the market is exactly here is your keys, folks, not your indicators. Your key in the market, it is number one. I don't care about the indicator as much as I know where is my level when I'm trading, how high I can go, how low I can go, where is the reversal, where this market is gonna take a slap and going back. So right now, as you see here on a very nice 1 minute picture, and the same strategy on the Nasdaq as we said, it's not gonna live happily after this number. And the same, look at this volatility on the YM. Here is the question, folks. By reading this, maybe if you are trying to come and try any automated trade beside the scalping we have, probably you're going to get in trouble if you are auto trading right now. But if you were auto trading before the market, before the news, you're done for today. I have a couple traders, they say they are done for today. So if Tom has traded before and he catch the trend when the news came out, and look, there is sellers coming out. He's done for today. And let's say Mike come in right now, he want to trade. He dive in right into the mud, right into the mud. And both of them are using the same system. One is already left the building, and another guy is sitting, and most likely he's in the depression mood at the moment. So as we see right now here, when we are looking at those situation here, is explaining to us this market is going through phases here, and this is the end of the line to the long trend. So right now, once we break this ES level, the 96.25, which is a very strong area, now it is a potential for us to re-enter the market at 93.75. By this time, when everybody now their indicator pointing down, you are looking to go up. When every amateur trader is trying, once this market start breaking down, your normal black box indicators start pointing the market down. And the reality, no, there is a pullback re-entry on two places. For a scalping is right there, loud and clear. For a nice juicy stake, a nice trade is gonna be pullback re-entry on 93.75. And this is the same story, folks, on the Nasdaq. It's gonna be, if we look at this line coming in conjunction with the support line, this is extremely strong, and this is a really extremely strong, and they are really the market is right. Uh, it's not a confusion market today. It is doing exactly what's supposed to be doing. It's not hard once you know what's going on. As you see, everything is right in line, and as we see on the ES is long, YM Nasdaq long, and the 30-year Treasury bond on the opposite direction. So the market working beautifully in sequence. We have spotted, if we notice that area here, we have spotted that uh, this market is stopped right there. Let's see, put it in white. Maybe there will be, the market is right there. Here is your market level, and the market is going left and right. Got stuck in that channel. It's the same story on the Nasdaq. Nothing happening, and it is the worst one. It is the YM is right there, and this is one a huge mess right there on the YM. Is a huge mess. So right now, those are the level, folks. Those are the level for the Nasdaq, ES, Dow Jones, and those are not touchable right now. There is nothing we can do. They're not touchable. We should wait when we have the market is giving us some kind of direction. As I said from the beginning, once this market entered this yellow lines, there is nothing to trade. There is nothing to trade long. And the same story if we look on the Nasdaq between those two yellow lines. That's mean if you are, those are not overbought, oversold. I never believe in overbought, oversold. What about supply and demand? This is not an overbought, oversold things. This is where we draw the line for you, and they come out automatically that anything between those lines here, your risk is extreme. Is going to be probably your winning trade is going to be 2 out of 10. It's not going to be 8 out of 10. So, uh, and right now the market is sitting right there, doing nothing. And so when you come in and try to, if you come in late on the market and you see that, wait and till we find a direction. because this market now trying to find an exit, and then once the market start moving, there is a plenty food on the table to pick up whatever you want. So right now, as you see, there is nothing here to do. So we will wait and trying to find, let it trying to find an exit somewhere. And then if we look again on the 15 minutes, we still sitting, flirting with the same number. And if we look on the 3 minutes, it is still, we have 1 bar, 2 bar, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bars has failed to cross this number. So by not taking a trade, you should not be taking a trade. By not taking a trade, a losing trade, that you saved yourself money, you know. So being on the side sometimes, trying to understand your situation, it is much healthier than to jump blindly in the market and not being aware. And this is the key, guys. In the last 10 years, uh, is exactly the same problem when a trader cannot read the market at the beginning. Really, it is the same problem. So watch this Nasdaq right now. Watch this Nasdaq. This is your moving average, the one we have. It's not a normal one. I don't want to go through it. Just let's call it moving average, okay? And this is your support line. And you can see how this market is sitting right there. There is no trade on the Nasdaq until we see this Nasdaq breaking down to those areas, folks. Until this market break down to this area. And the same story goes to the ES, and the YM is really taking a beat, the YM, and has no direction whatsoever. It's extremely tight. There we go. As you notice here, we have a sell. We have sell signals here. This is a different system, has nothing to do. It's pointing this market going down. Okay. And the ES is a flat refusing to break those levels. So let's see, keep our eye on the ES. Your key level is 96.25, folks. 96.25. This is the number we need to see penetrating the 96.25, and then we can nail the ES on the pullback. It seems like the Nasdaq start giving it. Let's see. So anything above the 96.25 is noises right now. I'm not interested. If you are a light-handed with a scalping, yes, you can take a couple of 3 ticks here and there every time the market. This is a different story. If you are a scalper and you have a light hands, because we have some traders are very light-handed, but if you are a light-handed guy, you can always, as you notice, you have so much chances on the pullback re-entry. You can scalp the market a few ticks here and there. If you're not a light-handed guy, wait till I'm already zero in on the 93.75 as a pullback re-entry. Now I can do the reversal, but I don't want to cover today the reversal. Um, if if I was taking the reversal, I would have nailed it all the way from the top here somewhere. And we will cover it this week. Again, you're very welcome. But right now, I don't want to confuse the trading with a lot of complication. I'm trying to keep it as simple as it could be. And if you wanted to trade with the trend, this is not your favorite timing right now to trade with the trend. Let's get out of that hole here and let's see this market to drop into those levels. I'm already have my eye on a re-entry is 93.75, folks. On the Nasdaq, my eye is on that level here. On the pullback re-entry is 1750. As you see, there is nothing but volatility right now, and I'm not interested in those trades. I'm not. It's just noises. So whoever came in earlier or whoever had Ninja Trader earlier and and um, and it took those signal, whether it's manual or auto trade, around 9 o'clock, he would have been done for today. There is 126 ticks based on the last entry signal. There is 124 ticks on the YM. There is a 24 ticks on the ES. There is 25 ticks if you are trading one contract only. So if we look in total ticks, or there is around 160 ticks. You have around $635 based on one contract on the Nasdaq, 150 on the YM, and 325 on an ES. Believe me or not, this is the best you're ever gonna get. So right now, we just waiting. We have everything hit targets long time ago. This is the new auto trade, the T7 already. The daily target is 500, but if you calculate the slippage and you calculate the uh, commission, you will come out to 475. So the ES on the 3 minutes is already done over, and it doesn't matter how much it makes money. The the trade was right before the news. The trade was exactly at 9:45. This is 15 minutes before the news. So it is done, it's over. It's finished. Whoever auto traded before the news is finished. And whoever trying to auto trade right now, even on the 5 minutes ES is done. It's done also the same time, right before the news. And cut it off at 475 also, the 5 minute. Those are $500 daily target, market order. So at the moment, we are waiting to see if we can get you trade somewhere. As you see, the Nasdaq ES is going up a few ticks and it's coming down a few ticks. There is nothing in there. So, and this is volatility, folks. This is, if you notice, from right after the news all the way to here, is we still on the same levels. So the question is, how are you going to be making money when the market is not moving? And sadly, a trader probably blame Ninja, blame whatever system he bought, and he is dismissing this nasty area here. Let me draw it for you. And that is applying to all market. This is really the market got stuck in that channel, folks. So whether you are auto trading or you are manual trading or whatever, where you gonna get your money from if this market is not moving. And this is a very sad part if you cannot recognize that. However, if we, this is the sad part too, because the minutes can reveal the true trend. But if we, this is the saddest story, if we open a Renko bar, it's gonna give you a total different picture, and you're gonna get beat up with it because on the Renko bar, you're gonna be misguided with this. You're not looking at the true trend. Ninja Trader chart is based on a minute. It's not based on Renko. It's not even range bars are good. Ticks charts are extremely good. But at the end of the day, your charts are based on minutes. They're not based on Renko bar. So when you are trading Renko bar, you don't see how this market. We do have Renko bar, but we use the Renko bar for reversal, but we do not use Renko bar to trade with the trend. Absolutely not. So we will be covering the reversal. And right now, as you see, the same story I've been singing for now 46 minutes, that I need to see movement in this market before I put my account on the table. So this is, we have predicted 40 minutes ago, and that's why we're not interested in it. So that save us $200 by just looking, evaluate what's going on in the market before we put our money. Now, if you think about it, $200 a day, a bad trade because you have not looked at the market, whether you are auto trading or not. This is within a year can wipe up your account. So again, please, I mean, whatever system you have, try to open 15 minutes, whatever you are related to. I mean, you don't have to be related to our system. Whatever watch not a system you have, try to open 15 minutes chart, try to see where is your level, try to see where is your entries, and then decide if you want to get into this mess or you're going to be sitting on the side. There is nothing to be ashamed of to be sitting on the side and even waste your whole day not taking a trade than to jump into mud hole and then you're gonna be aggravated by losing a couple of trades. Nobody like to have a losing trade. Nobody. So, the end of the day, we need to evaluate. If you don't do that, you're not going anywhere. You're gonna keep buying system and after system the rest of your life, and until you sit down and do it the proper way. This way, you will find immediate difference on your account, folks. Whether you are with us or somebody else, it doesn't matter. As we see now, again, we are flirting with those areas. Those are the critical area. We wanted to see this market dropping from this channel because this market got caught in this channel. We are not interested in this area, totally not interested in this area. Now, what we are looking for, that area here and that area here. Because this one here is gonna, look, we still flirting with the same area. That's not good. We want to see a reality. We want to see movement. We want to see pullback. We want to see support. And we will be um, let's see. I want to cover something here about uh, commissions and and slippage. I do not get it when somebody asking this including slippage and commission, and it bother him if his daily target 500. I'm sorry, because of the storm, my internet is a bit down. And it bother him if you have a $500 target and he walked away for 175. This is really sad story. Um, I don't look at the market this way. I look at it. Look at this, guys. Look at this, guys. This is exactly where we expected. This is exactly the pullback re-entry we are expecting right there. And the same story here on the ES is the 93.75. We are waiting on that number. For a guy have a $3,000, $4,000, 5,000, which most of the traders, Ninja traders, customers, probably 50%, they have this range around 5,000, 10,000. I strongly advise you don't. I know, sir. I know. With all the respect, you send me a message. I know, sir. With all the respect, but um, um, I will be with you. I'll answer those questions, sir. I just need to keep my eye on those area because this is where the area we've been thinking about a pullback re-entry. Look at this. Let's see. You see? To the tick. To the tick. Right there. Where the market stopped. Where is this market stopped? We have a sell entry on the YM. The question, should I take that trade? Sell entry on the YM? No, do not take that trade on a YM until we see the ES going on a sell. Do not take that trade on the YM. We are about to have a new signal on the ES and a Nasdaq. Wait, do not jump on the YM if the ES is not in the same direction. We're not in the same direction yet because there is probably this ES is going to project from those levels. So if this market project on the ES, the YM signal is no longer valid. Hold on, let's watch what happening here. We're not out of the wood yet. Wait. This is YM is going to fail because if the ES is not going to break the last level, the 92.50, This signal on the YM is invalid. We need to see, wait, folks. Let's see what the ES is going to do, and let's see what the NASDAQ is going to do. Hold on. Yeah, I will look at this image, sir. It is really critical. If this ES not able to break the last level, the YM is not going to go anywhere. So let's look at the ES. This is the last stop for the ES, gentlemen. It's 92.50. You can see how hard it is, this 92.50. Can you see how many times this 92.50 hit it? We're talking about tick, dog and fight, about a tick. About one tick, gentlemen. The 92.50, it is the key right here. We're fighting dog and cat about this one tick. One tick, folks. Look at it. It is a really key level here. There we go. We broke it. We're about to have a new signal on the ES. We are about to have a new signal on the NASDAQ. We're about the YM, leave the YM alone today. Then we will take that signal right now short NASDAQ and on a sim, please, on a sim, we will be having a signal soon on the bar close. So leave the YM alone. We are waiting on a signal on the ES. Sell signal, please. Follow on a sim, please. This is educational purposes only. We're waiting on a new signal. Signal 91.75 entry. The auto trade took it. Your target is 2785.75. Now we are waiting on a new signal. If this ES pulling back, the ES is going to come here. Used to be heavy support. Now it's going to be heavy resistance, folks. Heavy resistance. So we need the NASDAQ. Once the NASDAQ, we get a signal on the NASDAQ, the ES is going to drop immediately with it. There we go. We are looking for this signal on the NASDAQ. Come on, NASDAQ. If we got the signal on the NASDAQ, we are home free. There we go. We have a sell signal on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is 71111 and the target is 25938 on the NASDAQ, and congratulations. The party is over. Let's see. And whoever took those two trades, welcome, patient. You have a little bumper on 104.25. The ES is a home free to the target. ES home free to the target, folks. Beautiful trade as expected, guys. As we said, we have a little bumper on 104, and I don't think so it's going to cause a pullback, but this is a bumper right there. And that is going to cause your ES to pull back with the NASDAQ a little bit. Nothing to be worried about. But you are a home free on the ES. The NASDAQ is going to go back and trying to break. You know, guys, those zones are less than $1 a day. And look at this, to the tick, to the tick. A little pullback. We knew that it's going to come a little bumper here at 104. And is going to project again. And then we will experience drop all the way to the 85 level. What a messy day. Now this maneuver, what they have done, they got every guy out of his misery with his trade, trailing stop and stop loss and everything. That will knock him out, and now they draw it. Very simple. The Nasdaq is going back, dropping down again. The forex are doing extremely well. They hit three of them hit the target. This is nice. Nothing but just a pullback, folks. Nothing but just a pullback. If you are not on that trade, if you are not on that trade, you put a limited order, sell at 91.75 limited order. If this market decide to go back, will pick you up on the way down. This way is much cheaper. So you put a limited order at 9175 or 9150, and this way, if this market decide to drop, you are with it. And if the market is gonna keep playing us here in those area here, it's gonna be another 5-10 minutes before this market to drop, which I doubt it very seriously because we have a double resistance here. So I'm relaxed about it. So for the guys are not in yet, try to put a limited order at 91.75. Limited order sell. It's projecting from the double support line. This is a double support line. It's projecting from it. Having a hard time breaking it. I don't know what to say. We got a new signal buy again at 97.50. What a mess. And the 97.50, I really don't like this 97.50 because it's right at this area here. What a messy day in the market. I really don't like this one here. The market had changed immediately direction, and this entry, 97.25, it is extremely high. I doubt it if it's going to survive this one. I doubt it very serious it's going to survive this one here. We're about to have, we already had the buy entry on the YM. We're about to have a buy entry on the NASDAQ as well. Absolutely, Gary. Gary, this market is, you're right, but here's my problem, Gary. You see the 99.50, and then the I doubt it. I doubt it if it's gonna be able to make it. There's a lot of volatility. This is a problem. That level, Gary, the 99.75. Yeah, but if you notice, the YM hit the target immediately. But I'm not interested in the YM right now. I'm interested in this ES. I mean, one thing, Gary, if you have a losing trade or a bad signal, immediately you recover from it. So, so if the short sell fell, then the long trade is gonna make it. But I don't like this trade here. It's gonna come straight to first target. We have it 80, but we have a resistance line at 82, 802.75. Let's take it a notch and see what will happen. Yes, Vito, but I'm worried about the that level here. So if we, you see, because on the 80150, you have this resistance line followed by 80275, and it's gonna break it. It's amazing. Well, welcome to trading. No matter what we do, we always markets sometimes surprise us. Let's see. Where are we going with this? The YM start getting the reversal signals 80175. We have a reversal. So this one here is a $400 trade, and we have a losing trade and one winning trade on the ES. Let's see what will happen. Well, it's still flying. Let's see if it's gonna break the 801. Well, at least we broke even. Uh, that's all what I can say. Right now, we broke even from the bad trade on the ES, and if you flatten it out, you break even. And if you want to stay, stay. on the NASDAQ 2450 limited order. Stay on a sim, please. Cancel the order at 2450. Sell at 139. And if you want to be aggressive, keep it to 47 level. Close position at 39 level. Break even. Okay, folks, for the ones who are conservative, your target is 38.75. A break even, please. For the ones that want to stay on the NASDAQ, your target is way up here, 41. Now try to break even. Your target is 39, gentlemen. That give you $150, 200. Try to close at 39 level. That will give you 200. Okay, couple hundred. That's nice. The reason we are closing this one early because we have the ES problem right there again. And as you see, you maximize your profit on the NASDAQ and the NASDAQ exactly where we said, because I'm concerned about this one here. So We were conservative in that trade on the Nasdaq, and we're gonna stay aggressive on the ES because if we break that level, you see, look at this. This is a difference between $200 a trade, and you lose that trade, and it dropped like a yo-yo here. So it's done. That's why we were conservative about that trade. What a day! And as you see, the market has projected $400 on that trade. Nothing is gonna happen. It's finished. It's finished, folks. It was a very hard day. It was an extreme hard day. We had a losing trade signal, but right away we recovered it with the long trade. We made it up on the Nasdaq, so we nailed around 400 on last two here, 400 on the ES, and a couple hundred on the Nasdaq. We had one bad trade on the ES, so we still walk away from a big mess today. And welcome to trading. So it was very hard. The market after we predicted, and we were right in line with it on the ES, the short trade. And then what happened? The market it just turned around and put us in a big mess. And what I can say, technically, from the technical point of view, we were right on the short. And when the short took that trade on the Nasdaq, on the ES, we were a couple $100, and then immediately the market retract. And the same thing here on the Nasdaq, we called it to the last tick because I'm not trusting this market today, and we maximize the profit on it, and we maximize the ES profit because we knew those two are going to be projected, and it's going to drive us like a yo-yo from now till lunchtime. So hands off the trade, guys. And you can see how hard it is sometimes to, even when you cover all your bases and you are in one direction, all of a sudden this market turn around and works against you. Now the sellers are on the run, and we are 20 minutes from the lunch. So there is nothing to deal with. It's done. 400 maximize on that. We had one losing trade, and then I made it up for you on the Nasdaq. So we are done for today, folks. Hell of a ride today, and now we have a new signal on the Nasdaq. I'm not gonna encourage you to take any more trades, so I'm not gonna support any new trades. Folks, it's been a pleasure serving every one of you. God bless you. And I will try my best tomorrow to go live at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Wish you all the best. Please cover all your bases before you start taking any new trades. Bye for now.